Now, spring isn't just about health and wellness. It also means the most wonderful season is upon us. Tax season. Joining us is the CEO and founder of Credit Repair Sucks, Chris Wisniewski. Chris helps his customers make bad credit a thing of the past. With over 30 years experience as a FICO expert. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you for having me.
First off, great name for your business. What are your goals when starting work with a customer?
I mean, I like to set realistic goals, and also develop a plan with a client so that we're on the same page. And, this way we both know kind of what we're working towards. Every client that we work with is a little different. Someone to buy a new home, refinance, possibly lower interest rates or monthly payments. So we like to come up with that individualized plan, so a client will be able to reach their goals.
What do you tell people who get overwhelmed with the credit repair process?
It's perfectly normal. You're dealing with debts that affect you and your family, not just financially, but emotionally too. So it could be really stressful, plus there's so much confusion going on in the industry, who to believe. And, I just see it, people getting overwhelmed. I've been in the industry, like you said, for over 30 years. I could tell you, first, you're not alone. This happens to millions of people. And unfortunately, at one point in our life, you go through it. So I always tell everybody, don't panic. Okay. If you're unsure really, let's say what to do, you could always hire a professional to assist you. You just have to remember that a lot of these credit repair companies that you look to hire, a lot of this stuff you could, possibly do yourself because a lot of these credit repair specialists really don't know that much, unfortunately.
Now, is bad credit really fixable? And how long does it usually take?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Listen, it's definitely fixable. We do it all the time. Usually within 1 to 6 months, we could get somebody into their home from having bad credit. That's as long as they're not missing any new payments. If you're behind and you don't know how far behind, you could always call the creditor and say, hey, listen, you know what, I'm a couple months behind, I know, but how much to catch up? And you got to remember, the credit bureaus don't show that you're late until once you reach that 30-day mark. So they might say, well, you're 52 days late. And you might say, okay, well, here's a payment. Say it's a credit card, it's $50 or whatever. And now you know that you have about another 5 or 6 days to catch up again before you're 30 days late. And that's the hard part. I always say it's like a snowflake that turns into a snowball, that turns into an avalanche. Once you catch up and you get on your feet, then the actual repairing it step by step, that's kind of where we could come in and definitely help out.
What is your best advice? Maybe our top 3 tips as we enter tax season.
Tax season is a great time, to review your finances. You come up with, kind of figuring out what your goals for this year are, So again, talking about being behind on your bills. If you are behind on your bills, first thing you want to do is use some of that money to catch up. The other thing that you want to look at too is to put a little bit of the money away because, of a rainy day. It's also, if you have the money, it's a great time to hire a professional to actually look at your credit, break everything down, and get you back on the road again.
Great advice. Thanks so much, Chris. We'll be right back.